Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. Today I am driving the new 2020 Polo TSI BS6 Highline Plus variant. So now let's get into the engine bay, which means opening up the driver side door, pulling up the knob to open the engine bay. Yeah, actually this vehicle was launched in 2010 and this is the BS6 variant what we are looking at. So now opening up the engine bay. This 1 liter TSI motor is a 999cc 3-cylinder engine which produces 110 PS of horsepower and 175 Newton meters of torque, maintaining a fuel efficiency of 18 km per liter in highway and around 13 in city. Right, company claims that, and it gets through more kilometers with lesser emissions. This TSI engine is highly functional combination of both performance and economical. For starters, who doesn't know what a TSI stands for? It's a turbocharged stratified injection. The Polo also comes in the other variants like a 1 liter MPI petrol variant and a GT variant which is an automatic. There has been not much change in the car since its launch. Few aesthetic changes like the front grille has been upgraded from the it's a honeycomb grille which has been upgraded for the GTI model. Big Volkswagen logo, and the surprising is that you doesn't get a LED lights, all are halogen, and you get dual beam setup for this. Cornering function fog light, big Volkswagen logo and chrome lining passing to the right side to the left side. The honeycomb grille has already been on the downside, and new skid plate has been upgraded with a black color cladding which gives a sportier look to the car. Now getting onto the side of the vehicle, yeah, this is a 4053 mm in length, 1751 mm in width and 1446 mm of height, and the wheelbase happens to be 2548 mm. There has been increase in the tire size which happens to be a 195/55 R16. Now getting to the rear side, yeah, you get an antenna, there is a real spoiler with a heads up lamp, and you get a rear wiper, big Volkswagen logo. You get 4 rear parking sensors, but you doesn't get a parking camera, which is kind of surprising. Now a fancy way to open up the boot, which is just you push up the Volkswagen logo and there it goes. The boot carrying capacity is 280 liters. Below there is a spare wheel which happens to be a 175/70 14-inch spare tire which isn't an alloy, and there is already a warning triangle, a Medicaid. Now the biggest change is that the rear speed doesn't split as earlier. To increase the boot space you just have to pull up both the knobs. Yeah, those are the knobs, and the seat reclines. That is how you increase the boot carrying capacity from 280 liters to around 430 liters. Now getting into the rear seats. Now the door pockets aren't large enough. It hardly can fit a half-liter water bottle. You get a power window control over here, chrome door handle, and all the windows in this vehicle are one touch up and down. Actually, I guess I have locked it from inside, so that's the reason it's not opening. Now, getting into the rear seats, you get scoop out skid bags, but no magazine holder. You get a rear center AC vent with a bottle holder and a 12-volt charging socket. The seats pretty much feel nice. You get 2 adjustable headrests with a passage shelf over here. There is a hook, a handle over here. There is a hook, a handle over here. There is a hook, handle over here. You get a hook over here with a hanger as well. Now getting into the driver's seat, you get a big door pockets which can easily fit 1 liter water bottles. Those are the ORVMs. Those can be adjustable with the knob over here, and it can easily retract while you are parking. This is to fold the ORVMs. This is to lock and unlock the vehicle. Chrome door handles. These are the power window switches. This is to lock and unlock the rear power window. Now you get a leather wrapped flat bottom steering wheel which kind of feels sporty and nice to hold. This is the instrument cluster. On the left you get a tachometer. On the right, you get a speedometer. This is the MID unit, multi-information display, which shows you the speed, distance to empty, outside temperature, engine temperature, and whatnot. You get a time over on the top and the fuel meter on the bottom. Now for the visors, you get a toll receipt holder. On the co-driver side, you get a airbag warning along with a mirror. Now the center console feels kind of nice. This is a defogger button. This is the hazard light switch. These are the AC vents control. This is a 6.5 unit which gets a radio, media, phone connected app. It gets also 2 app connections, which has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and Mirror Link. This is to set up your mobile phone and stuff like that. Let's quick it off. This is the climate control system of the car. You get dual cup holders with a 12-volt charging socket over here. This is the Gwen lever, which kind of feels nice. This is the handbrake, and this is a center armrest, which is anti-skid so that the things doesn't run off while you are driving. And this is the glove box, which is also a cooling function. So this is to lock that cooling function, so you can rotate the knob and thus the cooling shuts off. This is to place the coins. Without getting any delay, let's get driving. Before driving, fasten your seatbelts properly and check for all the doors to be locked. Safety is must. Please don't try to imitate. Let's launch the vehicle. So getting into the first gear, putting up the handbrake down, rev still 4000 RPM, and there we go. Now just entering the highway, just entering the pace of the vehicle. The second gear, the vehicle goes till 100 km per hour, rev still 6,500 RPM. In the third gear, you can do triple digit speeds very easily. The body roll is well contained, the steering feels kind of stiff on the stiffer side. And yeah, let's make a quick U-turn and let's go for the drive again. So now talking about the safety features of the car, you get a ABS with EBD and engine immobilizer, and you get 2-speed warning for the vehicle. As per the BS6 norms, you get 2 speed warnings, which is at 80 km per hour you get a single beep, and once you have crossed past 80 km per hour at 120 you get a warning, which means that you have to slow your vehicle. This is as per the safety norms of the BS6 vehicles. Let me just demonstrate you by just doing a 120. Yes, now we are in 4th gear and it's making it 110 km per hour. Now getting into the 5th gear, now we have just crossed 120 and you get a kind of irritating buzzer sound, which is for the safety feature. Yes, unless and until you just drop your speed, the warning doesn't go off. So the better thing is to just drive around 80 to 120. So now again let's get into the 1st gear and let's check what this vehicle has got, and let's find out is it still a driver's car. Now revving till 4000 RPM and then off we go. Lot of wheel spin on offer. 1st gear goes to 50 km per hour. 2nd gear pulls all the way to 100 km per hour at 6500 RPM. Now into 3rd gear, it pulls almost to 5000 RPM, and then into 4th gear, and here we go. See, it makes easily, at the 3rd gear we can easily make 120 km per hour, which is kind of nice. And yes, the Polo is still a driver's delight and it's a fun to car drive, and yes, it's a driver's car. This vehicle doesn't pull much at the farthest gear, so the better thing is that downshift, and there we go. in the 4th gear, so it has a kind of feel of hesitation while pulling. So better thing is that pull into the downshift gear and then where we go. Yes, the motor loves to be revved at higher speeds, and yes, this wants to be revved as far as possible. Yes, the engine seems to be kind of noisier once you have crossed it. Now we are making 160 or something, and the engine makes pretty much loud noise. I can't stop talking about the vehicle because it's so much fun to drive. And yes, instead of talking, let's get going. Okay guys, take care, see you soon, bye.